I'm Alicia Lutes, and I am a writer. I have a very colorful past, we should say, and I struggled a lot with identity, just on a very basic level. Having a half-sister whose name is also Alicia Lutes is a little bit of a mental clusterfuck. I remember the first time the word depression even came up in regards to me. I was really young, maybe 6 or 7, and my pediatrician said something to my mother. And it was kind of very hard for both my mother and myself to understand, as somebody who is super gregarious and loud and like I'm very, you know, happy and jittery and all over the place, but I still have this like deep dark sadness within me, and it was hard for me to reconcile the two. And it, you know, a lot of people would be like, oh, you're looking for attention, and that's also really hard when like you're struggling to just want to feel normal. I even growing up, you know, having, you know, kind of dabbled and toyed around with the idea of suicide and stuff. Even then, like throughout all of that, I was still very resistant to accepting the idea that like maybe I was depressed. I think I constantly was like looking for something, anything that would be like a quick fix. So being able to sort of like accept that there is no such thing as a quick fix with mental illness, it's really freeing. The way that we depict depression alienates people with depression sometimes, because if they don't see themselves in those depictions, they feel like, oh, it couldn't possibly be depression. I couldn't possibly be this, feeling this way or this sad. I mean, when my doctor told me that I had PTSD, that was, my immediate reaction was guilt. Because like, when you hear PTSD, you think of people that have been through war. The first time I went to therapy was court-ordered, and it was like I had to go to 12 sessions or something, and I knew that certain things were contingent on my having like passed. I know how I have to act and how I have to behave and how I have to be in order to like satisfy this person's requirements, which is not great. And then for me, my biggest breakthrough with therapy was when I moved to Los Angeles. And that's when I was able to sort of like finally, you know, like breathe and just be like, okay, I'm gonna, you know, find somebody. I'm gonna figure this out. I'm gonna empower myself to help myself. Once I was able to sort of open up in that way with people, things just started to get easier.